Peace and love, beloveds. Sending you so much love and light. Peace and love always, 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 always. And today we're going to get into my favorite book, my new release, The Goddess Flow Method, Awakening Sacred Flow. But before we do, I just want you to take a look around me right now. I'm at the beach, and as you can see, the ocean is releasing all the dead cells, the dead seaweed, all the things that don't belong, the dead shells, the broken shells. So this is a sign for us as well. We are earth bodies. We are connected with the earth, the ocean, the earth, the water, the fire, the air, the ether, spirit. And when we consciously connect to these elements and we're in tune with the flow, the Tao of life, we awaken to the natural cleansing that needs to be taking place in every season it's due. And we also take heed in the next level we're being called to awaken into. So as you see, as the ocean is pushing out all the dead things, we too are supposed to be pushing out all the dead things that is within our being, all the toxicity, all the past relationships, all that is not serving our highest good right now, that is not conducive for growth for our next level. Okay? That's what I'm here to share with you, that you are the key, you are the answer, you are the medicine, you are the healer. You are connected to the source of all substance, and it's time to awaken the divine flow within you. When you awaken that sacred flow, you are in the flow of life, and as it's time to cleanse and clear, you do that, detox, whatever you need to do to release what needs to be released, whatever's been trying to hold on to you or trying to hold weight within your being, you are consciously releasing it and making room for your new. Because if you hold on to these things, these spaces become darkness within you. All right. And then you don't have room for that light to shine, for those gifts to shine, for you to awaken into your next level. There's no room for the new to take root and take place, for that new to give birth. So as a sacred flow shaman, as a sacred spiritual doula, as an energy alchemist, as an embodiment priestess, I'm here to help you awaken to your truth, your power, embodying that divine feminine flow within you so you can give birth into this earth, all the gifts, all the abundance, all the love that you are meant to flow in, because you're here for a purpose. You're here with power. You're here with a passion. All right? To not only awaken for yourself, but for that awakening of yourself to awaken others. We're here as a collective, serving on a collective level. New earth energy, heaven on earth, Garden of Eden. Okay? Let's get into this book. So today what I want to talk about, beloveds, is the 7 pillars of the Goddess Flow Method. So in this book, I take you through in-depth dive through the 7 pillars of the Goddess Flow Method. It's not just movement. It's not just dance. It is medicine. Okay? And not only is it medicine, but it is beyond the healing, beyond the medicine, it is awakening. It is inner bliss, peace, balance, harmony. It is energetically connecting the masculine and feminine, Kundalini energy. Shakti meets Shiva into Christ consciousness. That is the crown. That is the lotus reborn. All right. And that's the energy I'm here to bring you into. And it takes time to cultivate that. A birth takes time. A harvest takes time. You don't just plant the seed and pull up the harvest. You don't just impregnate a woman with your seed and you just have a baby. It takes time to be cultivated, for that growth, and for all the things to be added that needs to take place for it to be its full growth and ready to be born into this earth. That's the same process we need to go through, and that's why I created the Goddess Flow Method Immersion. So if you've been doing healing work, you've been doing the inner work, and it seems surface level because you keep repeating the cycles, it's because you haven't uprooted those things. You haven't uprooted the seaweed within you, the past toxicity, relationships, emotions, the trauma, the drama. is still holding weight within you. And when you don't deal with the roots of the issue, those things are still needing to be uprooted for that new growth to take place, okay? So the 7 pillars, number 1 is the chakras. Everything is energy, okay? Energy is the first thing that's born into this world within your being, within your earth. So you start in the root. This is all up your spinal cord. First thing to develop when you're a baby is that spine with the energy centers taking roots within your being. It is the tree of life. It is the the stairway to heaven, Jacob's ladder, okay? So this is the heaven within you that Jesus spoke of in the Bible. Heaven is within you. You are God. God is within you. You are the temple of the Holy Spirit. So these are things you need to know, that you are that power. You are the healer, the teacher, the shaman, the guru. But until you consciously awaken to that power, we stay stuck seeking outside ourselves for the answer, for the key, reading book after book after book, taking coaching program after coaching program, seeking this one, that one, that one on social media, trying to be empowered when you truly are that power. And once you fully connect to it, you can move in that power to empower others, because we're going to need it at some point to get to our next level. And then once we get there, we can help others get to their next level. Whatever your purpose is here on the earth, it all starts with your energy. So the root chakra, okay, that's all about the foundation being set, secure. All right, a firm foundation is what you need to build on. Without a firm foundation, everything else will crumble. So that's where a lot of people go wrong. They don't uproot the old. They just start trying to build upon a unstable foundation, and then everything crumbles and you're back to square one. And then you build again and everything crumbles and you're back to square one. Well, if you build the foundation firm and secure first, build that stability, build that I am frequency into your being, those affirmations, those mantras, and then you start building upon that. That is like building upon the rock, okay, where it cannot crumble. It will stand against any weather, any storm, because you built within you a firm foundation. You're rooted and grounded intentionally and consciously into the earth. That is the root chakra energy. Think of the crystals that are red, vibrant, earth energy. This is root chakra. Then as you stabilize that root chakra, you want to move that stable energy. All right, not unstable energy. This is where a lot of people go wrong too. You don't want to start moving up the Kundalini energy without first stabilizing the chakra below. So you want to start in the 1 and build upon that with that stability, okay? The sacral chakra is water energy, okay? It is flow. It is creativity. It is sensuality. It is sexuality. It's being one with the creation power that you are and the creation all around you. It is spiral energy. It is Kundalini, Shakti, awakened. Now that water energy can flow up within your being and flower into that lotus and blossom into the earth. This is the power of the sacral essence. So we're empowered to be our authentic, sensual, and sexual self without any fear or not being, what's the word I'm looking for? No shame. There we go. No shame to being sexual and sensual, because that's who we naturally are. It takes that to create something, whether it's a baby or it's a birthing of a business or a gift into this world. It takes that activation of that spiral. Spirals are in all parts of creation. Masculine and feminine energies in all parts of creation. To create, you need both forces coming into union, harmony, and balance. That is the energy of awakening that feminine energy within you. You need that to create. And then, beloved, we move that root and sacral energy up. Now we have water and earth. What does water and earth make? It makes mud. Yes, time to create the clay. So now we're going to move into the masculine energy, which is solar plexus. Solar plexus is fire. Think of the sun. Think of Ra. Think of Sekhmet. Think of pushing forward with power, energy, energetic, willpower, confidence, really being a go-getter and make it happen energy. And if you're in a depressed mood, or you can't move things forward, or you just don't have the confidence or the energy to push through it, this is the energy of pushing through. I got it, I'm gonna get it, I can, I will energy, and it's masculine. So now we have the feminine meeting the masculine on a foundation that's secure and stable. All right. This is right before you go into the heart. This is what you need, beloved, to balance the roots, the sacral, the solar, to move into the breaking forth of the heart energy, which is love. All right. So as we move up the energy of the root chakra, the sacral, the solar, the sacral, into the solar plexus, we're bursting free those sun rays of light into our being. Every cell is shifting in your being as you're alchemizing through the chakras, all right? And then you open it up to the heart, those sun rays, that mud from that water and that earth is coming up into the heart, and now you're expanding into the highest vibration and frequency, which is love. All right, that light brings you into your love. You are able to receive love. You are able to give love. You are able to be and embody love unconditionally. Nothing holding you back from being love. Nothing holding you back from accepting and receiving love. Nothing holding you back from giving love. You are that. And that's who we truly are. And it's time to remember that truth. And once we do that, remember the truth of love that we are, we're able to move in peace, balance, and harmony. This is coming into the awakening. It starts at the heart chakra. But first, those lower chakras have to be alchemized. So once we alchemize in that heart, we raise all that energy up into the throat, and then we're able to speak our truth. The throat chakra is all about self-expression, verbally, with sound vibration, sound, affirmations, mantra, music. And let that become a part of your water and your being. And let that move through your body, your mind, and connect with your soul. And it becomes a speech, a verbal expression, an embodiment of your true, authentic self expressed into the open, into the atmosphere. And we're going to raise that up into the etheric realm. Okay, that's the throat chakra, etheric realm. All right, and it's going to all space and all time. Your sound being a vibration of who you are into every part of the world. Heart chakra is air, so that's just here in this atmosphere, going out into the air, flying wherever you desire to fly. But etheric goes even beyond that. That's the power of your words. Your words have the power to pierce through dimensions. All right, and all space, here, now, before, and forever. And that's the power you have when you speak it into being. The power of knowing who you are and then proclaiming who you are, beloved. All right? All of this we alchemize and embody through the energy alchemy and embodiment of Goddess Flow. That is the Goddess Flow method. And so after we move that energy up, we're going to come into spirit, the spiritual realm of the third eye. When your eye is awakened, you see the truth. You know the truth. You visualize it being as though it already is, and you know, you feel it. You receive intuitive downloads. You connect to your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels of the most high love and light. These things start to flow in, and it happens first for me through meditation, but any type of meditation that connects you with the depths of who you are, you'll start to see, you'll start to know, you start to receive those sacred codes that are already within you, but now you're connected to the etheric and the cosmic, and it's able to pour in. You're open. Before it was blocked because the energies were not released. You were not clear in your energy. But now that it's clear, you have room, again, for that energy to pour in. And that's the power you have when you work through your energy system, your chakras. Okay, and then we push that energy up. Now you're able to fully open to receive all that the divine has for you. That's the lotus, coming from a closed position to opening into full blossom. Third eye lifted, head open. Think about your having an open space for just the divine pouring of that manna from heaven into your being, into your being, into your being, because you're open. You're set free. You're open to receive all that the universe has for you right now. You're able to co-create with spirit all that is meant for you because you're leading from heart and soul intentionally. This is the power of Goddess Flow. And what do you meet in the crown? Shiva. Shakti meets Shiva, Christ consciousness, Kundalini awakening, whatever your terminology is for it, it's you awakening to your nirvana state, your blissful state, the true embodiment of that soul light shining in your highness, crown on your throne, seated, fully confident, radiant being. That's who you are. That's what I'm here to show you, because in that power you can do all things. You know, the Bible says you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Amen, ashe, hallelujah. You know why? Because Christ is within you. That is the power of God, the power of the universe. It is the power of life force energy. It is Kundalini. It is Shiva Mix Shakti. Christ consciousness. It is all these things. When you awaken it within you, the power is within you to flow. And that is, beloved, Goddess Flow. All right. So the chakras are the first pillar. So we dive deep in this book into the chakras. I even go in the first chapter about the ancient healing arts and how all the cultures are connected with the movement and how they use movement to awaken these parts of their being. Not just dance, but sacred dance that's meditative, that proclaims through the mantra and the affirmation, that breathes the breath of life, that pranic breathing. All right, these are the pillars. So we have the chakras, number one, then we have meditation. We always start and end the practice of meditation to get that breath of life flowing within your being, to start activating the intentions to flow, to consciously connect with your heart and soul. All right, as we're in that meditative flow, we don't stop. We start moving that meditation into the movement, the sacred movement. And because Goddess Flow is intuitive and a channel transmission, every session is different. And what I want to teach you is how to intuitively connect where you can move the way you're being called to move, because whatever needs to come out needs to come out. Whatever movement that moves you to do that, you will consciously connect with that intuitively. And that's what this book teaches you. And also in my immersions, I teach you how to do that depth, that deep dive into that birth, that rebirth. Okay, so we have the chakras, we have the sacred meditation, the sacred movement, then we have the sacred sound, the music. It's different vibrations and frequencies that help each chakra to truly activate and also be conscious on what needs to be released, what no longer is serving its purpose right now. And so we listen to ourselves and shift the energy that's coming up that may be negative with the intentional affirmations. And I have you journal them. Okay, so you can be consciously what you want to activate. So you can always go back to that when those negative thoughts come up or those past thoughts come up. And you can be consciously shifting. What you focus your energy on is where your energy is going to go. That's where your attention goes. That's where your energy flows. And that's what you're going to be manifesting. So you got to be consciously shifting those words, shifting those thoughts, because those become actions, and the actions create the manifestation. So we're always manifesting, whether consciously or unconsciously. And I teach you how to do that consciously. And by cultivating it consistently, you create the new habit of living in that flow. And that's where you want to be, beloved. Okay? So we have the chakras, we have the meditation, we have the music, we have the movements, right? Then we have the pranic breathing, the pranic breath work, the breath of life force flowing through you. So through the intention, we're breathing it through our being, activating our cells, our DNA, reawakening. That's cleansing and clearing out, okay? Just like you see behind me, it's cleansing and clearing out what doesn't serve you, what no longer belongs. You're now shifting into a new vibration and frequency that is in alignment with your soul calling, with your soul being, the breath, okay? And I like to take breath in whatever direction spirit has me to flow, but it's always through the energy. It's with the music, and we do it through the movement, okay? And then we also have, what's next? We got the music, the movement, the breath, the chakras, the affirmations. Yes. So through the affirmations, you're shifting your mindset. You're aligning your mind to be what your soul is calling you to. And when you bring your mind, body, soul into alignment, everything else shifts out that doesn't belong. Just like this seaweed. Whatever is dead to you no longer can flow within you because you're no longer giving it attention and energy. No energy, okay? I am here to flow in my highest. I awaken to my highest being and flow right now. That which I desire desires me. Okay, and you start shifting your energy with these intentions. In this book, I have affirmations for every chakra. I have affirmations for every ailment. Okay, anything negative is just here to shift us into a higher vibration. So anything that you're manifesting, love, peace, balance, whatever, joy, all these higher consciousness awakening, all these affirmations are in here so you can turn to them, activate them, weave them into the practice, which I do in the Goddess Flow method, and that's all there for you. And I want you to look at this book. Look at the flow that she's in. Look at the connection. Look at the flower of life. Okay, the connection with the cosmos, the Ankh energy, the life energy, and within her being that spiral and the infinity symbol. You are infinite. You are infinite creation in motion. You have the power to create anything you put your mind to. And when you consciously create in that way, there's nothing that you cannot manifest. Just continue to give it energy, and it will gain more power. It will gain more energy to flow to you. Then you become a magnet. Then you become the attraction of what you desire and seek. And that's all a part of awakening this sacred flow, that sacred water into that lotus blossoming within you. And that's when we get into the last pillar, which is the lotus reborn. Okay, that's when you fully step into your power and you've woven all those other pillars into one. And that's where the Goddess Flow practice comes in. You continue to work that energy up and higher into the crown. The lotus is reborn in you. The divine masculine feminine balance and union is first within you. That inner union within you creates the harmony and balance. You're not too masculine, you're not too feminine. You're in a beautiful, blissful, balanced, and stable state of being. And when you feel you're too much of one, you bring back the balance. You bring back the harmony. You bring back the flow. When you're in the flow, you're in perfect peace, harmony, and balance. And that's what I'm here to bring to you, beloved. So I want to invite you to a sacred initiation call. On this call with me, what I'm going to do is guide you with divine guidance, connecting with your soul's intentions, connecting with what your soul is being called to right now, and guiding you to what your soul needs right now for the soul's evolution, for the next level that you're being called to. That's my sacred gift that I've been able to awaken through the Goddess Flow method, and I'm so deeply full of gratitude to be able to share it with you and with the world, that you can become the greatest gift that this world needs, serving in your purpose and your power passionately, without fear, without blockage, okay? Just truly in your essence, authentically, happy, joyful, and free, full of that love and light, and attracting all these things back to you. How does that sound, beloved? If this is you, click the link in the description, in the bio, however you are watching this, and book that sacred initiation call with me. It is a complimentary call that I give of myself to give you what you need, and I'm going to help you align with the Goddess Flow practice that best aligns for you, whether it's the immersion, whether it's my membership, or whether it's a sacred one-on-one connection, whatever you need. I'm here to serve you in the highest, beloved. And if you would like this book, it does come with the immersion, okay? But if you want it separately to go through it, this is a perfect companion with the practice because it gives you the science, the spirituality. It gives you many sessions, like having a one-on-one session with me right here in this book. But you're self-guiding, because what I'm teaching you is self-healing, self-empowerment, self-realization, self-awakening. Okay, I'm just the guide because we all have this power within us. I'm just here to help you remember and awaken. All right, beloved, my pleasure, my divinity to yours, sending you so much love and light, peace and love always, and I look forward to serving you in the highest. Peace.
You're ready for this. Deep within your soul, you've said enough is enough. I've done the inner work and it's time for something more. I'm ready to immerse. I'm ready for my full flow to be awakened, alive, and free. I'm ready to get into my heart. I'm ready to leap, soar, and serve in my highest love and light. I'm ready to align with my soul's calling, my true purpose. I'm ready to awaken my sacred flow into embodied being. I'm ready to rise as the healer, the medicine, the creatrix, the alchemist, the priestess, the goddess. I'm ready to dive deeper and release all that no longer serves me. I'm ready to say yes to all that I am. It's time, goddess. Will you answer the call?